Hi people, you're welcome to a fresh episode of Maxi Health, where your health comes first. As usual, on our program, we bring to you information you need to know, not just knowing, but to keep your health in top shape. Please stay tuned, the program will be right back. I'm your host in the house, Dr. Margaret.
For sponsorship and advert placement, please contact Bimbo on 0807 176 7592 or 0803 778 3305.
Welcome back, and if you're just coming in or joining this program for the very first time, this is Maxi Health, and this is the Ask Your Doctor segment of the program. Let me quickly tell us, on Ask Your Doctor, we receive text messages, emails you've sent to us during the week, and giving replies to them. My first question for this week says, anytime a man experiences discharge from his manhood, this tells us that the man has what we call chronic infection. But the type of infection is what we don't know until this person goes to the laboratory and runs a culture test. So please, I would advise you, go to the laboratory, run a culture test. You can run a semen culture test. Run a culture test. Then when your result is out, you can pick the number on the screen and give us a call. What do you mean by constant heat? As in, are you a man or you a woman? As in, do you feel hotness around that area, or you just feel hotness? I mean, when you say heat, when you're sending your questions, it's always good and best advice that you send the question in such a way that the doctor that will be answering will to understand and give you the right answer. I think I would advise you to please kindly resend this question so that I can know the correct answer to give you. As a woman, when you meet with your partner and then immediately after intercourse, you notice you're bleeding, two things comes to play. Two things comes into your mind. First and foremost, you look at the fact that probably maybe before the intercourse, you were not lubricated well by your husband, and that's why we always advise that before the normal intercourse, always have what we call foreplay. And as you can have a foreplay of like 10 minutes. So within that period of foreplay, the woman is already lubricated. So once there is not, by the time the woman is lubricated, there will be easy penetration for such man. But once there's no lubrication, there's kind of difficulty for the man to be able to penetrate, and then this can lead to form of blood stain or bleeding. That's number one. Two is when the woman has infection. Of course, definitely, if you have infection, your partner too will have infection. But when infection has now been so long in the lady's body, then by the time there's intercourse, this woman tends to experience what we call bleeding, because even penetration will not be easy for the man. Okay, the best time for you to meet with your partner to be able to achieve pregnancy is during your ovulation days. Of course, as a woman, as every woman has what we call cycle. So immediately after your menses, you calculate when you're ovulating, and during your ovulation days, you are advised to meet with your partner to achieve pregnancy. If you have diabetes, of course, I can't tell you what to take on air, but I can always tell you can pick the number on the screen, give us a call. But, and the earlier the better. Diabetes is not something that you live for a long period of time without getting it, without attending to it. So please kindly pick the number on the screen and give us a call. Well, for watery semen, let me mention at least two common things that can cause it. First and foremost, if you have a long-standing infection. If you have infection, it can lead to a man having watery semen. Number two is if you take alcohol so often. If you take too much of alcohol, too much of alcohol, as in maybe you're a very heavy drinker, it can lead to watery semen. Another thing again I would quickly like to mention is stress. When you are under any form of stress, it can lead to you having watery semen. Another thing is for people that work in hot environs or drive long distance, it can make their semen to be watery. Or people that wear tight pants. That's why we advise you that you wear boxers if you are yet to be a father. Oh yes, by the special grace of God. If actually when you did the ectopic, of course, when you do ectopic pregnancy, one side of your tube is condemned. So the other side of the tube that is that is still okay, should still be functional, and then you can still have as many children as possible by the grace of God. Itching where? Is it in your private area? Is it all over your body? Send your questions well to us. If you're having itching all over your body, that means probably you are reacting to something. Maybe you're eating something or you're using something that you're being allergic to. But if it's itching around your private area, definitely that is an infection symptom. So I would advise you, so whichever it is, if it's all over your body, you just be observant and know probably maybe you're taking something you're not supposed to take and you're reacting to it. But if it's at your private area, just kindly run a swab culture test if you are a lady. And if you're a man also, you of course definitely run a swab. If you're a man, run a semen culture test. Oh yes, by the special grace of God. If actually when you did the ectopic, of course when you do ectopic pregnancy, one side of your tube is condemned. So the other side of the tube that is that is still okay, should still be functional, and then you can still have as many children as possible by the grace of God. Okay, every time you see your period, it doesn't flow very well. I think I would advise you to run what we call an hormonal profile test. Run an hormonal profile test, run a swab culture test. Then when your result is out there, you can get back to me. Okay, well, I don't prescribe drugs on air. But what I advise you to do is just pick the number on the screen and then call me, because your sugar level is actually on the high side. All right, that's how much I can take today on your Ask Your Doctor segment of this program. Please keep these questions coming in. Keep these questions coming in. People are benefiting. And for our viewers that are sending in their question, I want to say a big thank you to them. Please stay tuned. The program returns shortly.
Sponsorship and advert placement, please contact Bimbo on 0807 176 7592 or 0803 778 3305.
As a man ages, his prostate enlarges with benign or non-cancerous tissue, also referred to as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH for short. Prostate enlargement, however, is a common illness which affects mainly men due to their biological composition or makeup.
Prostate enlargement has some level of heredity involved, which can be inherited from the father and maybe somewhat along the family line.
That means if your father has it, the son is likely to have it, the son's son is likely to have it, so it runs in the family.
Both prostate enlargement and prostate cancer, the cells respond almost equally to testosterone by growing abnormally. Now when we say cancer, it's just an abnormal growth of the normal cells.
Medically, what really is prostate enlargement and its related disorders?
When we talk of prostate, we are talking of a gland that is found only in men, and this gland is located at the base of the urinary bladder or at the outlet where the urethra, which urine passes out through the penis, is located.
Is prostate enlargement treatable, preventable, or curable?
If we find it early, we are about 90% cure rate. But if it becomes cancerous, unfortunately, for the current time, there's no cure.
There are the orthodox way of treating, and there are herbal way of treating. The orthodox way, there are various means. You can intervene by giving tablets or injections if they need be. The herbal methods are that we give herbal medicine that will shrink the size of the prostate back to normal.
Sponsorship and advert placement, please contact Bimbo on 0807 176 7592 or 0803 778 3305.
How much you can take on today's episode of Maxi Health, where your health comes first. Please, for our viewers out there, keep the questions coming in, and I also hope you are putting everything being discussed on the program into action. Your health is your wealth. Till I join you same time, same station next week, I say bye-bye.